Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Wednesday, November the 9th, the year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Looking for an entry part 2 with Walmal. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and differ from Walmal's. So Walmal, a couple of the boys and girls liked this idea where we show them how we look for entries. So what we're going to do today is going to put up Walmal's template so you can see what he looks at. And then he's going to go ahead and I guess we're going to look for some trades, and hopefully we'll find one within the next 14 minutes.
Well, you may have heard, but I actually already pressed into a trade while you were speaking there. I purposely put my sound up as loud as I can make it come up on my computer so that people may be able to hear it or may not be able to hear it. But I went and took the entry coming out of the flip-flop box, and I'm now up 2.5 pips on that trade at 3.8. It's now looking to slow down, 3.5, 2.0. Okay, I'm going to probably get out right here. Let's give this a second here. Okay, I'm out, and I got 2.3 pips on that. I probably should have gotten that to 3.8, but that would have been that would have been better. But and if I would have waited, it would have been back to my 3.8. But the reason why I took the trade came out of the flip-flop box. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is I had a red magenta dot. And I took the early trade, meaning I took it as it turned that aqua dot into magenta. I didn't wait for a closed candle on it, which is what my normal rules are. But I kind of rushed the trade a little bit, but it just made sense for me to go and take it, so I went and took it. But notice what I did too, because I didn't follow all my rules, I got out pretty quickly because, it could, normally, well, not normally, but a lot of times, it will go and shoot right back up the other way if I don't go and wait for that close. And we got the close, and if I would have waited, and actually taken the trade when I should have, I would have been up right now, about 5 pips. It would have been a better trade, but I kind of rushed it a little bit, but I'm happy I made 2 pips.
Yeah, now, you didn't take the third dot trade either.
No, I didn't do that either. Okay. Either way, it could have made, all 3 of those scenarios, it could have made money. I took the riskier trade, and knowing that I took the riskier trade, as soon as I saw a profit, okay, and I saw it start to run against me, I got out. Now, if I had taken either the second dot or the third dot, what I would have done is I would have been more willing to go and stick the trade a little bit, and maybe taken a little bit more. If I would have taken the second trade or the second option, which was on the second dot, if I would have done that, I could have gotten out with potentially 6 pips on that. Probably wouldn't have, because I probably would have stayed. And as long as I didn't close above that indicated 2 dot, I would have stayed in the trade. So I'd still probably be in that trade, and I'd be up like 3 pips right now. But what may have caused me to get out, and it's a high probability that I would have gotten out, is if you look to the left on the previous hour, notice where it ran into problems. It ran into problems in the exact same place rather, that it ran into problems last hour. The last hour we did get down to a low of 05.0, but it returned at 06.8, and if you notice that big, well, not really big, but that larger bearish candle, which would have been candle 2, there, where did it get to? On my chart anyway, it got down to 6.8, turned around, and we had that bullish candle back up. And here's the thing. It probably is going to work out where it'll probably break this area, but I've said this before, I don't like being in a trade too long. So I probably would have gotten out there. As soon as it got there and it stopped, okay, I probably would have said, it's time to go. Take my money off the table, put it in my bag, put it in my pocket instead of somebody else's pocket. And that's just how I try to go and do it. Now, right here we have a flip flop box again. We got an aqua dot coming up. I'm not going to take this trade because here's the reality. Look at today. You know, we have a huge down day. You know, we have a range today of about 162 pips. Just about every hour has been pushed down. And sure, this could be the candle where it starts to turn around. I don't feel all that safe about that. I have a, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm sort of like, I'm going to trust bullish trades unless I see something working out perfectly. And thank goodness I didn't take that trade because we would have been underwater at this point.
Right, now we're definitely in the rat zone.
Yep, no question about that. Yeah, I'm off the bottom by about 3 pips. So we're right down at the edge. So we're at the point where the decision point here for the market, whether it's going to go and further push it down, or if it's going to go and turn around and start running towards the middle.
Right, and we're also, I was going to say, we also broke out of that wick zone. Yesterday's low at 1429. That's just something else to keep in mind.
Yeah, and right now, it's way early in the New York session because technically New York session only opened up maybe 30 or 40 minutes ago. Because most people say that the New York session opens up at 8:30 Eastern time. So it's way early in the session, so it's still got room to continue pushing in this direction before the New Yorkers are able to go and maybe push it back up a little bit after the Londoners went and pushed it down so far. Who knows, but the thing is we've moved a lot, but the thing is it's very, very early in the day. The New Yorkers got another 5-6 hours of trading to go, and so we can't really, at least I don't like to go and say, hey, it's time for that rat trade to really come into play. And I think you had done statistics one point, Tiro, where it showed that like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, somewhere around there, was the most likely hour for it to start turning. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, we're around that time now. I don't have that template up, but
okay.
I'm trying to see. I don't remember which indicator. We've got the idiot mode on with the big skull. Oh, that must be the scalper.
That's on the M1 indicator scalper.
Yeah. I'll just turn that off. But that's just the helper. So here we go. We're coming out of the box.
Right. Again, I'm not going to take this trade. A lot of times this is actually a very profitable trade a lot of times, but I'm just right now biased in the other direction. And now I wish I would have taken the trade because I've gotten out right now with 4 pips. But that's part of trading. A reason to have taken a trade is because, this is a second attempt to come out of that same area. And usually on your second or third attempt is when it actually finally does get out. But right now would be where I'd exit because, again, look at the beginning of the hour and see where all that trouble occurred. We're right at the point right now where it got rejected last time. So, again, I don't like being on the bleeding edge. I'd much rather be on the pleasant end of the sword. No words to handle.
Yeah, one of the things about this flip-flop box method, indicator 2 method, that I found out is if you start to weed out trades, a lot of times you're going to weed out winners.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
And the thing is, though, and the potential might only be 2 pips, but that's still a 2-pip win.
Yeah.
And here we came right back down.
Notice it turned around right where I said it had a good chance that it was going to do it.
Right.
Now, the next time it goes up there, there's a much higher probability that it'll break through that area. I'm not saying that it will, because it doesn't have to, but it's a higher probability because that just tends to be what happens is the market tends to go and test things, and eventually it gets through it.
Right.
Or it just says, you know what, I'm done with testing it and I'm gone. And it continues to run down.
Yeah, so if you notice that one thing here, this bearish candle, the big one down, if you notice, it when it closed, there was no imbalance because that low was below the open, and this big bull candle here, that was basically a return bar.
Right.
And what did price do? It returned. So now what to look for is probably the third dot trade, meaning what we're looking for is you'd have a magenta, an aqua, and when after the second aqua, you would take the long.
Right, exactly. Or in this situation, so now you got your second aqua there. Okay, but now we got to come out of the flip-flop box, to make this trade happen.
Right.
So we're going in the wrong direction right now, but
it just reversed.
We'd have to go and get in. So, technically, your actual entry is at 16.1. I probably maybe would wait a little bit, or be very, very quick and nimble on my feet, or on my fingers in this case, because of where it's keeps on rejecting the 17.6.
Yeah.
So
that price you just gave, is that the flip flop high?
That is the flop high.
Yeah, from the indicator. Because with my broker it's 14.15. I just want to make sure that the fellow traders out there aren't confused.
Yeah, different brokers, man. It shows you we have a full.
Okay, so see, here's that third dot trade, and boom, there it is, out.
Right. Yep, and I got in, and I'm still in it. I should have gotten out, but I didn't get out. So now I'm a little bit underwater. Well, not underwater, but it's close to being underwater.
If they notice on my chart, you saw how fast it moved. So right here, just as this thing's closing, I usually enter the trade and just take my chances at the last, 2 seconds or 3 seconds isn't going to be a move like that, because otherwise, by the time I got in, they would be sticking me in at the high of the move, and instead of me being up 2 pips, I wouldn't have any pips at all.
Yeah, I got out with 2 pips again.
So, this is pure scalping, and this is why you take the money off the table.
But you see how quick and easy that is, because, and it doesn't always work out this well. Let's just be honest about the situation. But the nice thing about it is, since we've been on the call, I picked up 2 pips. I should have gotten out at 3.8. That was my mistake for not getting out. Okay. I missed the second trade where I could have picked up, 4 or 5 pips. Just because I didn't take it, and I should have taken it. And then this trade here was 2 pips. So theoretically, I would be done for the day. I'd have 10 pips already. And we've been on the call for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Not even 15 minutes, but
13 minutes. But but that's that trade that you didn't take. There was a reason you didn't take it, and I think you spelled it out.
Exactly.
So that's not a missed trade.
Right.
Because it didn't fit your criteria.
Exactly. It didn't fit my criteria exactly the way I'd like it. I'll just qualify that a little bit, in about 10 seconds. So, and that is that there was not a rule violation to have taken it. I just didn't like what I saw on the chart, so I didn't take the trade, and I paid for that, and that's okay, because that's what's going to happen with trading. You're going to be right sometimes and wrong sometimes, But more importantly, even if I just did what I did do, I'm up right now 4.5 pips, and we did that in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And if somebody would have taken this flip-flop trade to the south side, there was money to be made.
I did take that trade.
Oh, you're in it?
I'm out now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm out. And the reason why I got out here is because look to the left. Look where I had problems. I'm not going to go and be on the bleeding side. The thing is, eventually this breaks it, and it's going to break by 10, 20 pips. And you can't get upset that you miss all that shrimp. Okay? What you can do is just be happy about the fact that on that trade I went and picked up 4 pips.
Yeah.
And there you go.
So fellow traders, there you have it, looking for an entry. So let us know if you have any questions, if you learned anything, and always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.